Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera semua. Thank you everyone for joining this workshop. First of all, I would like to say thank you to KAM for organizing this workshop, which is bite-sized blended learning workshop at faculty, and for our guest is at FSKPM lah. And secondly, I would like to say thank you to Puan Syaziti as our speaker for today. Puan Syaziti, thank you.
Sharing sedikit-sedikit.
Sharing session, okay. And as everyone know already, the topic of our bite-sized blended learning workshop today is about badges. Or sometimes people we call it as digital badges. And I would like to share that digital badges is closely related to micro credential. Tapi micro credential tu dia lebih besar lagi lah. So for today is about the tools yang maybe we can use for the micro credential later on. But I think UNIMAS is in a process lah nak pergi ke micro credential sebelum ni lah. I don't know sekarang ni macam mana. And okay, Puan. So I would like to invite Puan Syaziti to start this workshop session. And Puan Syaziti, the session is yours.
The session is mine. Okay, Assalamualaikum, good morning. Thank you to Dr. Azhar sebab memberi saya peluang to share lah tentang these badges ni. So before we start, saya nak bertanya, ada sesiapa yang pernah guna the badges function di ini tak?
Tak pernah.
Apa?
Tak pernah.
Tak pernah. Okay, so I think the badges dekat Elite is something new, I think, kan, Dr. Azhar?
Yes.
Last year.
Last
semester dia diintroducekan.
Yeah.
So bila saya tengok ada function badges tu, so I thought I would just try mana saja, cuba-cuba untuk lihat bagaimana kita boleh letak dia di Elite. So untuk kata Dr. Azhar, yes, digital badges sekarang dikirakan sebagai macro credentials. They are actually websites where you can create digital badges yang untuk kita anugerahkan kepada pelajar, and then you can link it to macam LinkedIn ke, to their various portfolio blogs ke sebagai to show achievements gitu. But those are, I think we have to create accounts dan berbayar lah dekat situ. So today is just a basic sharing in terms of badges on Elite.
And saya pun dah kongsi a collection of digital badges yang provide by Puan Syaziti yesterday dalam chat group.
Chat group. So saya ingat sesi today, what I'm going to do is just introduce you to the badges, why we use badges, and then after that show apa yang saya buat on my Elite punya class, on my course, and then maybe after that you guys would like saya akan tunjuk dekat Elite lah how to create the badges. So kalau you want to try with me, kita boleh buat bersama-sama gitu. What do you think?
Boleh.
So that is why saya kasih kat Dr. Azhar satu folder badges yang boleh digunakan lah untuk you all buat your own badges dekat your course Elite nanti. So in terms of introduction to badges, so untuk this session saya dah create 3 badges gitu. So kita akan ada 3 level. One saya kirakan sebagai starter level, and then the next one is adventurer level, and then the last one is the creator level. So in terms of badges, kenapa badges digunakan dalam pembelajaran, and I guess why Elite is UNIMAS ada the badges punya function, and even last night saya nampak ada level up punya function dalam Elite tu. Tapi this morning dah tak ada dah. So saya tak tahu kenapa. So it's all because of gamification gitu. So maknanya there's a whole drive towards gamification punya konsep. So badges adalah satu daripada elemen gamification yang kita consider sebagai reward. So badges akan menunjukkan the achievement, dia punya skill, dia punya accomplishment, and also we can rank the students. So kira macam dia mengambil elemen daripada games gitu. So siapa yang best player, second player, dia ada ranking dia lah. So kalau bila kita buat badges, kita boleh ada two types of badges. Satu micro badges and then satu master badges gitu, master badge. So apabila kita punya kelas kan, kita ada objectives, betul tak? So objectives kita breakkan dia kepada assignments and then kepada micro objectives gitu. So apabila pelajar can achieve this micro task, then kita boleh kasih dia micro badges. So bila dia collect beberapa micro badge, kita boleh kasih dia master badge. So I will show you some examples lah kejap lagi. So in terms of why use badges. So kalau kita tengok kat sini, dia ada contoh macam in terms of a student punya profile, and then these are all the badges yang dia dah achieve. Tapi dia tidak ada leaderboard lah because there is no community. So basically why use badges? Sebab dia menggunakan from gaming, because they see that gaming ramai gaming kan community dia huge, betul tak? People like
Puan Syaz,
Yes.
maaf Dr. Rahman asking for English language.
English.
Sorry.
I said, Dr. Rahman, you've been here for so long, Dr. Rahman. Okay, so I will continue in English. So why use badges is basically it comes from the gaming punya the gaming industry, because people are so motivated when it comes to games. So they borrow elements from games to use in learning in the hopes to generate the same kind of motivation. So if in the games you have in terms of your accomplishments, so you can also do the same thing with learning. So you can provide students with badges as a reward untuk recognize that they have achieved a certain skill, or they have achieved a certain proficiency, or they have completed a certain task that you give them. So dia kata in this case also it can create more engagement between the students, because you can create competition, and then you can also create collaboration. Also these are things that they borrow from games, because games, there are certain games where you have to play in a team in order to achieve a certain mission. And then there are games where you compete with one another to compete for a certain reward. And also as a tool where instructors, because if you have your task and the task is related to certain proficiencies, so once they achieve that proficiency, then you can see, like, okay, they have achieved this proficiency, but they have not achieved this proficiency just by looking at the badges that they have collected. So you can actually identify, what areas do they still need help in? What areas should you focus in? So that this is mengikut Pearson lah, according to Pearson, why we should use badges in learning. So I will talk about, the other side in terms of the using of badges after we have completed kita punya task lah, in terms of like what are some of the pros and cons. So badges in Elite. So if you go to Elite, you pernah nampak, have you seen the badges icon in Elite?
Yes.
Yes. So if you go the Elite, the new Elite, there are two navigation panels. So you have one navigation panel on your left and then another one on your right. So if you see here, you have badges. So if you click on the badges, you can see all the badges that you have created for your class. So this is computational thinking for last sem. So I created 12 badges for computational thinking class. So you can, and then so this is the badges button on your right navigation panel. So if you click on badges, you can see manage badges, or you can add a new badge. So if you click on this, you can also see your badges, but you have your things that you need to do in terms for your badges. So I will show you how to create the badges and what all these are for. Sekejap lagi. So in terms of badges, so tadi kita bercakap dengan Azhar. So when I first wanted to use the badges, saya ingat I just click on badge. And then the elite would provide me with the badges, you know.
Yeah.
I can just assign, okay, elite has a collection of badges and I can just assign the badges to the class. No, elite does not provide you with badges. You have to go and find and create your own badges. So they just give you the function for you to use, you know. So when you want to use badges, from my experience, what I discovered is that you need to plan ahead, you know. So there is a lot of preparation to do before you actually do the badges. So the first thing is that you have to determine what, how and why you want to use the badges. Because when you want to reward students with badges, you want to reward them for certain things, betul tak? So you have to look at your course gitu. So your content of the course, you have to structure your course, maknanya activity semua has to be ready throughout the semester. And then also in terms of like what kind of habits, because badges and rewards digunakan to shape behavior. So the theory here is that if there is a, it's more like apa orang panggil operant conditioning. Operant conditioning. So you reward good behavior. So you shape habits, good habits by giving them badges. So you have to identify what kind of habits do you want to shape in the students. So all those things you need to structure first. And then the next thing that you need to look at is because UNIMAS, the elite does not provide you with the badges. So you have to find the badge itself. So one thing you can do is you can download from the internet. Tapi ini, if you go on Google search, there is so many, you know, you have to spend a lot of time looking for free badges, badges without watermark dekat belakang dia. And then you also have to look at badges yang transparent gitu. Dia punya tepi dia kena transparent. It cannot be like macam because then nanti it will spoil dia punya image dia. Or you can create the badge. So this one you can use Canva. So there are functions in Canva that you can do to create the badge. And then another thing that you have to think about is in terms of naming the badges, because one of the motivational aspect I think in terms of badges, satu is dia punya rupa, the design of the badges, and another thing is in terms of the name of the badges. So if you look at certain events, katakanlah if I see on Facebook there is a virtual run, you know, sekarang because there's a virtual run where you run and then they will award you badges. So or all these fun runs I think before the COVID kan. So what people do is they want to
yang
get
ganti medal tu ke?
yang medal tu kan.
Oh, so ganti kalau softnya badges lah.
Badges lah, kita medal lah kira. So badges
Medal
ni
lah.
boleh dalam bentuk medal.
Satu lagi
atau,
dia macam remind me of yang stiker bagi kat budak-budak tu
yes. Yes, because when we talk about
sekarang nak kena cari stiker tu lah.
When we talk about badges, it's nothing new though. It's not a new concept itu.
Correct.
Kalau zaman dulu kita put like pecok ni. And good job, that you get a star, or you put stickers, or in class you can put the name of the students, and then bila they complete one assignment you get 1 star, 2 stars, and then the student will look at their stars, apa lagi banyak stars, you know. So it is actually
well done, awesome.
Well done. So it's actually nothing new, cuma it is on a new platform. That's it.
Yes.
Dalam
Dan
bentuk tu.
saya tak tahu guna.
Apa?
Dan saya tak tahu guna yang badges in the elite.
Tapi selalunya people like the design of the badges and also the name of the badges. So the name must correlate with your khusus gitu, with your content, so that dia ada some sort of kesinambungan. What is kesinambungan? It's related to your content. And then the criteria for the badges. So maknanya once you have decided on what kind of, in terms of your content, your structure, and then a badge, what kind of criteria before they to award that badge, and also the time. So contoh kat sini, like for in terms of desirable behaviors and habits. So ini untuk my class for computational thinking. Throughout the years, one of the things that I have discovered is that even though you put your course outline, course schedule, course assignments on elite, doesn't mean that students will download it and have a look. I mean, I have cases where students submit me assignment that does not follow the assignment instruction at all. When I asked, and she told me she didn't download, she did not see the instruction, she just tanya-tanya kawan only. So one of the behavior or habits that I want the students to do is I want them to access the course material. So you can actually, what you can do is you can award badges for habits that you want the students to develop. Like for example, complete all the course, download all the files, the course assignments, assessments, the textbook, and the course schedule. And then if you download it, and then I will give you a badge. But you have to not download, view it by 26 March. This is the time that you want them to do. Because if you, katakanlah next week class starts on the 11th, so you have your course schedule and all. So if you want the students to view it, so basically you give them a deadline. So you have to view it, class starts on 11th, you have to view it katakanlah by the 13th or the 15th gitu. So if they view it by that date, then only then they will get the badge. If they view it lambat lagi, then they will not get the badge gitu. So you are trying to get them to view it awal-awal gitu. And then sometimes on Elite, you put videos, right, for them to watch before class gitu. But ramai students tak view the videos juga. So if you have things that you want them to read or videos that you want them to watch, then you can give badges for that too. So this is in terms of desirable behaviors, shaping their behavior.
Shaz?
Yes, yeah.
Yes, hi, sorry, I came in late
morning.
just now, morning. You know, on Elite nowadays, there is something like mark as done.
Yes,
is that what you're talking about?
I will show you nanti.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
Thank
yes,
you.
the mark is done, yes.
Yeah, because I was just wondering whether somehow other you boleh link mark as done dengan badges.
You have to.
Oh, we have to, is it?
You have to. That is the only way you can award the badges.
Right. All right. Sorry if I'm
No, it's okay.
Going faster than what you're doing.
No
Because I
worries.
thought I had kind of like, what do you call that? I thought I had kind of like missed the boat. Sorry,
no.
I came in late
They haven't
just now.
reached. This is only just showing what I did. Nanti I'll show you how to do all the things yang saya buat ni.
All right, thank you.
Okay. So the next one is in terms of like content and structure. So you have to prepare your content and then dia punya structure tu. So in terms of the computational thinking class, so for each topic there is an assignment or an exercise gitu. So once they have complete the exercise, then they will be awarded a badge. So you need to structure it awal-awal lah. So in terms of dia punya design, name and criteria, so like I said, the design of the badge, because I am not that creative gitu. So you can go online and try and find badges yang you rasa suitable for your class gitu. And in terms of the names, so the names also requires thought gitu. Kita tak kasih nama senang-senang saja. So katakanlah the first one, assess course materials will be considered macam beginner level. So macam the starting point itu. So in this case, I name it learner. So you are a learner. So katakanlah the first task untuk katakanlah in terms of decomposition for computational thinking, where they have to look at the problem and decompose the problem kepada bahagian-bahagian dia. So if you complete that, then you receive the badge of a seeker gitu. So I try to name the badges according to the task itself. So if they for the task of pattern recognition, if they complete this, then there will be pattern finder, and then abstraction, modeler. So cuba namakan dia mengikut according to the task that you have, because this is part of the yang motivating lah, the name of the badge itself.
Puan Siti,
Ya, saya.
I like the name that you assign to each of the badges ni. Do you have any apa orang kata reference ke for this name? Maksudnya ada dari from books, textbook ke atau apa ke, ada ke?
No, I go online, like I look for badges names,
Oh,
like
okay.
some of the names yang already ada, and then kadang-kadang I try to see like, katakanlah like this time is in terms of algorithm design. So if they create algorithm, so apa yang sesuai? So I thought cipher. So pergilah saya Google what is the meaning of cipher, you know.
Oh,
to
okay.
find all the, so that is like what you said, Dr. Azhar. It is time consuming, you know,
Yeah.
because just finding the badges itself takes time, and then unless you want to pay for your badges lah, then that will be quite faster. And then doing the names itself tu mungkin, you know, because you want it to be attractive to the students. Bila students tengok, oh, this looks interesting, I want to get this macam title itu, I want to be a creator, I want to be a cipher. So that is the motivational aspect of the badges, I think lah, saya rasa lah.
Kak Syaz, Zura ni,
Yeah, yeah.
Zura pernah cuba buat yang badges ni last semester lah, like rasanya sebab because of time consuming tu, so Zura stop buat. Zura rasa Zura buat dalam like 4 or 5 badges saja, and then rasa macam it's too time consuming, and then rasanya macam Kak Syaz kata badges tu kita kena edit, and then kena make sure dia tak ada watermark, dia tak ada background yang yelah. So macam bila Zura tengok yang Kak Syaz buat ni, dia very dia punya badges tu cantik dan dia tak ada watermark. So Kak Syaz edit ke ataupun macam mana?
No, I found it after searching for a long time. I found it on a site itu, so it's free, and that you can free pick. Tapi free pick pun, if you go to the website, banyak punya lah. So I stumble upon them, so I downloaded. So ada 2 types itu, the badge that looks like, you know, medals gitu, and then there is also one that look like trophies, you know, yang nampak macam trophy. So
Yeah.
I have 2 sets, so I can share them with you.
Boleh. Terima kasih sebab I think last time yang Zura guna 5 tu pun Zura just recycle balik. Maksudnya yang first batch tu trophy, and then maybe yang ketiga, yang keempat Zura guna balik semula trophy. So dia macam tak berapa macam tak menarik lah. Tapi macam yang Kak Syaz punya ni, dia different badges kan, dia punya design, dia punya ada piala, ada itulah yang rantai-rantai tu kan.
Dia collecting badges pun, one of the motivational aspect is collecting different badges gitu.
Yes, betul.
Want to see the different badges kan, macam when we collect Pokemon lah, the different Pokemons. So I don't have this badge yet, I want to collect that badge.
Zura teringat macam kalau pengakap kan, dia ada badges dia juga kan. So dia kalau pergi untuk buat projek ni, dia dapat satu badge, something like that juga kan.
If you have acquired the skill for tying knots gitu, then you get a badge. For starting fire, you get a badge. Betul tak kan? For different skills dalam pengakap.
Juga maybe boleh mulakan badges lagi untuk December.
Yes.
Macam dah tak sempat je ni.
But if you plan it, dia sempat je. Cuma you have to the pre-planning tu. You have to do the pre-planning. So
I think last semester masih ada masa lah untuk menghadap, tapi dia macam hari ni baru nak start dengan Ilim.
So saya ada 2 groups of badges, satu yang macam medals and satu yang macam trophies. So the one that I share with Dr. Azhar is just yang the medals dulu lah. So I think dalam collection tu ada about 9 or 6 ada a few of them juga lah that you can use nanti.
Okay, thank you.
Bukan saya punya pun. Yes.
Shaziti, I have a question. Very basic question.
Yes.
You say users are awarded this badge when they complete the following requirement. Do you manually check, or is there some learning analytics embedded in
you
that allows
can
you to?
I will show you hold on. I will show you nanti. Okay, so let's go to let's see how you create the badges. you can check when you go to badges, you can see, because you can either award the badges manually, or you can it can be done automatically, and then it will show you in terms of like who has acquired the badges. So I will stop the slide, and then we can go to Elite and see how. So dia punya, when you mean by analytics, basically you're asking like how do we see who has the badges? Is that your question?
Yes, but also you see, how do you decide who to award the badge to? Do you manually go in, because it's kind like Ross said, time consuming?
Yeah, it is
No one-
time consuming.
Oh,
So you have to manually set in terms of the criteria for awarding the badges for each of the hold on. It is here. I'm looking for the control panel. So let me go to the Elite page. Hold on, yeah. So the
Excuse me, Juan.
yes.
Is there like a software to utilize it to create these badges, or only we use the manual one?
You can use Canva. So if you want to create your own badges, what you can do is you can use, hold on. What you can do is you can use Canva. Let me move this thing.
Oh, menarik sebab Canva selalu guna untuk poster. Ada juga untuk badges ya Kak?
So if you go to Canva, nampak? Can you see my screen, Canva?
Yes.
So if you go to create a design, so what you can do logo. So what I do is I use the circle sticker. But again, you can either start from scratch, ataupun in this case, what I do is I uploaded some, blank badges gitu. So I can put any kind of, in terms of what kind of name yang saya nak lah. And then just letak je lah apa nama your batch ni. What do you want it to be? Give me one name. Contoh, katalah beginner, since they just starting the lesson, and then you play around with it lah. What size do you want it to be? What color do you want the text to be? Sampai you get your yang cantik, and then what you do next is you just download it. You download the batch. So once you download it, then it'll be a picture file on your computer that you can upload to Elite to use as a batch. So if you are more creative, then you can use Canva to create things from scratch. Sebab dia ada Canva, the thing about Canva is it has a lot of templates gitu. And then you can do, like, what do you want to do? You can create Instagram posts, or you can create macam-macam dekat situ that you can create,
Kak Syaz, subscribe ni yang free version ataupun yang pro punya?
Oh, kalau pro itu Dr. Salmah lah. Saya just the free version.
Oh, okay. Okay, samalah. Zura pun pakai yang free saja. Okay. So maknanya boleh lah kita download ya?
Yes, boleh download. The difference with the free version dengan the pro version is that in terms of dia punya elements, So if you look at dia punya elements, you can see katakanlah templates dia. There'll be templates yang pro ini berbayar lah. There'll be free ones, and then the ones that you have to pay gitu. So if you are on the pro punya account, all this will be free. Tapi oleh kerana we are on the free account, so we can only use the free ones.
Okay, so nanti kita bayar dengan Kak Sal lah kalau kita nak pinjam, nak guna pro.
Guna pro pinjam Kak Salnya.
Boleh share link nanti Kak downloadkan.
Oh, thank you, thank you. So this is in terms of the creating your own badge. So all these badges ni saya download from the internet lah, from a free pick. So as you can see here, dia punya keliling dia is transparent gitu. So for you to create, when you use it on Elite, then you can see around, cantik lah dia punya design gitu. So looking for badges, dia kata even if I read on the internet, it says transparent background yang belakang dia tu, so that it looks nice. So that is will take you quite some time to go on the internet, pergi mencari benda-benda ni. Okay, so in terms of creating the badges, so if you, this is what cognition. So kalau untuk macam computational thinking, so you can access your badges either on your on your left navigation pane or on your right navigation pane. There is a button here yang untuk add blocks, which was there last night, but it's not here this morning, so I'm not sure why. So in terms of badges, Dr. Julia was asking in terms of like bagaimana, how do you assign the badges? So this is how you assign the badges in terms of criteria. So for each badge, you have to decide on the criteria, and then the criteria is related to what Farida was asking in terms of yang complete activity tu. So you have to relate that to that. So how do we know who has achieved this badge? So you can see there ada kat sini recipients. So if you can see in terms of recipients, because what happened to this class is that in the beginning, okay lah. So in terms of learner, so assess all the course materials. So 20 students did that. So we can see all the names of the students. And then in terms of dia punya badges lah, so this was issued to Michelle because she has assessed the course materials gitu. So this is trying to get them to assess the materials at least lah the first week of class gitu, because you know sometimes students masuk lambat and things like that. So this is in terms of dia punya action. So once you have created a badge, you have to make sure that it is visible to the users. So baru dia boleh access the badge. Any questions so far tak, soalan?
Puan.
I have a question.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Dr. Julia, yes.
My question is this tied to the course marks or not? Assessment, continuous assessment or what?
You can if you want, but I didn't. Because I was just trying it out for fun, you know. So I did not tie it to any course marks. So I just wanted to see how it works in Elite masa I did last semester lah.
Does that mean that this is basically based on the intrinsic motivation of the students? Intrinsic, not because of marks, they just want to do, is it?
Yes, but I think it's more for gamers. I think it will be intrinsic plus extrinsic because you are rewarding badges kan, rewards kan. So it's more of extrinsic gitu.
In between God.
In between. So what we can do is that if you don't want to tie it to the macam yang formal assessment, you can give bonus marks gitu. You know, in terms of like if student achieve how many badges, then you can give them bonus marks for achieving the badges. Because for students, it's all about the marks, you know. Badges, if it's not tied to marks, then they don't get that motivation because it's all about the grades, you know.
So you experimented, what was the class size like and what percent of the class participated in the badges? Just curious.
I didn't do a study on it. So basically what happened was that I tried it out and then we were involved so much with doing the assignments gitu. So the deadlines that I set semua lari, you know. So in terms of achieving the badges. So what was the class size? Let me see. Participants.
Puan Sas, ada tak Puan Sas tanya pelajar?
42, yes.
Ada tak Puan Sas tanya pelajar? Is the badges ni appear dekat dia punya homepage for this course?
That was the thing that I forgot to do gitu. Maknanya how does it appear on their profile?
Yes.
Because basically what they would be doing is they would be collecting it on when you go to their profile. You can see they can see all their badges gitu. And then there's this button that is missing here that says add block.
I see.
So when you click on the button, there are the section latest badges gitu. So you have a block dekat sini that says latest badges. Apa yang badges yang ada gitu. But
okay, ada.
But that button is not here though. Is it on your elite?
Yes, ada. Just now I checked.
Ada Kak Syaz.
Ada.
Zura,
Mine one.
Zura buka ini. Ada.
Mana dia? Where is it? It should be
Ada.
here dah. Down here
Yes,
kan?
correct.
Betul.
Somehow dia tak appear dekat Puan Sas.
Add a block, is it?
Add a block, yes. If you click on add a block, you can see latest badges. Then it will add a block for badges here lah, on your right side.
What about the student punya view? Macam mana? Dia akan automatically appear juga tak?
The students view, they will collect it dalam dia punya yes, they will see the badges yang available.
Okay, understand.
Latest badges, latest badges.
Yes. Okay.
Sorry,
Macam latest assignment, yes.
I miss your statement, very important statement. What do you mean by blocks? I don't see it on the screen here.
Yeah, I don't have it on my elite. I don't understand why. There is another button down here that looks like a folder. So it's an add block folder gitu.
Add block folder.
It looks like a folder.
And
Itu
then
apa
what
sebenarnya,
do we
Kak Syaz?
choose? Kak Syaz, what do we choose?
Latest badges.
Dia add a block and then dia keluar block menu, block tag, calendar.
You go latest badges. Okay, let's.
And then kita klik dekat situ untuk apa ya Kak Syaz? Untuk supaya student boleh nampak latest badges yang kita created.
Kan kalau kita nak tunjuk assignment, coming up due date semua kan, kita boleh add block dekat tepi ni kan. So dia akan nampak macam announcements gitu lah.
I see. Oh, okay, faham.
So
So
dia akan
keluar
nampak
on the
badges
right.
kita lah.
Yes, badges kita yang kita akan award kan.
Tak ada pun badges ni.
Memang tak ada badges dulu sebab kita tak ada badges nak di display.
You kena create badges
Yes.
Oh, I see.
Okay, any question before we go and create some badges?
No
Buat
question.
dululah ya.
Kita cuba buat dulu gitu. Yang folder badge tu Dr. Azhar dah share ke?
Dah.
So saya ada share a folder blank badges dengan Dr. Azhar because you need badges in order to create the badges. Kalau tak ada badge kan nanti kita tak ada image untuk di-upload kan. So if you go to one of your courses, kata yang tadi saya dah I've discussed about in terms of pre-planning kan. So you need to plan your courses gitu. So katakanlah for me in terms of shaping behavior, I want them to access the course materials. So all the course materials you have to make them available lah. So in terms of structuring the activities, katakanlah for each topic I have maybe a reflection ke, ini pun saya punya pun belum siap lagi. You have an activity ke, so you structure that. So apa yang penting untuk pre-planning adalah like Farida kata benda ni dia berkaitan dengan if you look kan dia ada yang mark as done ni kan. Do you see this?
Yes.
Okay, so what you need to do is if you want that to be part of your batch gitu, so you need to go to your settings and then pergi kepada activity completion. So untuk activity completion tu, so it depending on how you want to award the badge. Katalah saya hendak award the badge apabila conditions are met gitu. So because it is just a file gitu, so condition dia selalunya view lah. So maknanya dia kena view the file, and then because it is a course material, so the class starts on the 11th. So paling tidak pun student must view it by, katakanlah berapa hari katanya, 11 by Wednesday lah. Takkanlah seminggu baru nak view the file because they have the class next week kan. So kalau tak pun katalah by Friday gitu. So you choose when you want them to complete the activity by. So because that is the date where kalau they do it after that, they will not get the badge anymore. So you just save. So you can see dia jadi view dekat situ. So katakanlah you want to award badges when students have viewed all the course materials. So you can either go here, badges dekat sini. And then because you have not created any badges yet, so what you do is you add a new badge. Or you can go sebelah kanan juga and dia akan ada add a new badge lah. So dia ada, the navigation is on both left and right. So
Syah, sorry.
yes,
Tapi
yes.
why is it that in my ellipse saya tak ada add a block lah kat sebelah
itulah.
kat kiri?
Oh ni lah, baru keluar rupanya. Dia keluar bila
but-
kita nak create badges.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Okay,
it's suddenly here. Tapi
let me try.
it
Blog
is
tu dia
weird.
bertapok Kak Farida.
That's what. I'm just tak ada also.
No, see now, tadi dia tak ada. Previously it wasn't there. Now it's there.
My goodness.
Ada tu, mesti ada tu.
I still don't have it. Tak
I was
apa.
looking for it this morning and I couldn't find it. And then now suddenly it appears itu. Tada!
What is the purpose of this one at a block?
At the blog is basically what you want to add on your elite homepage for the course gitu.
Yeah.
So if you want to add in terms of like calendar ke, if you want to add, so whatever. So in this case,
Kak Syah, dia akan keluar yang sebelah kanan. Maksudnya bila kita tekan latest badges tu dia akan keluar yang sebelah kanan tu lah kan? Dekat bawah yang
sebelah kanan.
administration.
Betul,
see,
betul.
I don't have
Ah.
latest badges.
Yeah,
Nampak
why
tak?
no badges here?
Me too.
Oh,
I
On
don't
the
have
left,
latest
on the
badges.
left.
Oh, tak ada lah Puan.
Tak ada, tak ada.
Tu yang
Should
saya
be
tanya.
here, latest
Apa
badges.
Dia
yang
keluar sebelah
pilih
kanan.
No, I mean dalam add a block ni.
dalam pilihan ni?
Ya,
Dalam
latest
pilihan
badges.
tu.
I thought kita kena create badge tadi baru dia ada.
No, tak ada. Dia memang ada kat situ.
Mine masih lagi.
I think what is happening is that CAM is still, the people is still doing things with the elite because
I think so.
last night there was latest announcement, there was latest badges, and then there was also level up gitu.
Yeah, correct.
Because
Sekarang,
kalau you add a blog, it's a lot easier because you can customize your course. You can add many things dalam your course. You
The
can
things that you
even do navigation kan for your course.
so basically it will all appear here lah, so the students can see it immediately instead of going to different folders.
Zura punya dia tulis dekat bawah tu Kak. Di bahagian administration bawah tu yang agak cakap sebelah kanan. Dia keluar latest badges tapi still kosong lah sebab Zura tak ada badges
Pasti
lagi.
kosong, ada badges lah. Dia akan keluar dekat sini lah.
Betul.
Okay, so badges. So tadi, so in terms of shaping behavior, I want them to view all the course materials. So you just add a new badge. What should I name the badge? So naming, it seems that kalau saya dah guna the name for a different course itu, dia akan kata nama tu dah ada. So I don't know whether I can just copy ke apa tu. So saya keep giving new names lah. Katakanlah just let's say explorer, katakanlah no, dah ada explorer, beginner katakan, and then description. So basically what is this badge for? So if I say access course materials. And then you have to choose a file. So this is the one where I said you need to do prep tu. Maknanya dah siapkan your batch awal-awal. So if you choose a file, so these are the badges yang saya dah share dengan Dr. Azhar. So choose any batch that you rasa sesuai for beginner punya level. Katakanlah if I were to use this one, then just upload it. And then if you took the full file from a website, so you can just see where it is from. And then batch expiry. Dulu saya ingatkan batch expiry is the date it expires kalau dia orang tak buat gitu. But it seems that the expiry date it will expire from the student punya collection, I think. So I just say never. It will not expire. So create a batch and then kita akan ada. Then the next thing that you need to do is you have to create the criteria beginner. So choose, you can, so a batch you can either issue manually for the student. So in this case, because I want them to go through the course materials, so I can say activity completion. So activity completion, it will show you the list of all the activities that you have set in terms of yang that tadi yang saya tunjuk completion tu, what do they need to do. So in this case, I just choose that. So they have to view this, and then this one. So by when? So class starts on the 11th. So please view it by the 15th. So ini yang Zura kata tedious ni kan? Betul tak?
Ya, betul.
Oh,
Ini baru satu batch. Ini baru satu batch, belum banyak-banyak batch
Ini
lain.
baru satu batch. So this criteria is complete. So you decide that is it complete when they do just any of them, or do you want to if they do all of them. So in my case, all of them. So you save this too. So now you have a batch. So the batch is already there, tapi currently students cannot view it. So you just enable access. So once you enable access, the batch is locked. So maknanya you cannot change the criteria anymore. So now if you look at badges, so you have one batch. The name of the batch is beginner, description, assess course materials, criteria. So they have to view all this before they'll be awarded the badge. So because this is automatic, so we don't have to see whether the students dah view atau tidak. It will be automatically awarded to them if they view the file. Okay, question, soalan.
How will students see that there are badges to be earned?
That one, I am not sure. Because I can.
Would you be able to click view dekat atas kanan sekali?
Let's see,
and then
US student.
Yeah, see. Because kalau kita buat kerja ni penat-penat, the end of the day, the students are not able to view that.
See, tak ada.
That's what I was just wondering.
But that is the question that I asked Puan Syaziti before this. Okay? Sama ada pelajar once dia masuk dekat homepage untuk khusus ni atau tak appear. I think maybe that is the purpose of having this block lah, I think. And then they
I do
can
not
see
know
the
whether
block tu.
students punya view, do they have badges kat tepi?
Maybe ada juga kot, hopefully lah.
I admit that was what I told the students is that there are badges in the activity. So
you can announce you can put it under general announcements, in the beginning of the course that there are badges to be earned, that kind of thing. And then maybe if somebody get everything, they earn what do you call that, a digital cert ke ataupun digital voucher ke, something like that.
I think that is the function for the block tu, yang latest badges. But in this case, my add block has disappeared again. So I
Shaziti,
cannot try it out. Okay, siapa yang,
Shaziti, I have a question.
yes.
Instead of like viewing a file, what if we want the students to give or ask questions or give comments to a
You
certain project, so that one can be tied to the batch?
You can say that you add a new batch for katakanlah
forum.
what would if it's people yang questioning, trying to get wisdom, so we can say katakanlah sage kan.
Yeah.
So apa, asking questions?
Yeah. Or give comments.
So you can put the description against the and then choose a batch. Orang yang banyak cakap. Katakanlah, let's say this one. Oh, dah ada.
Kak Syaz, yang dah ada ni kan untuk kita punya elip saja ke ataupun dia seluruh elip yang elip kita saja lah ya?
Yang kelas satu lagi saya dah ada sage dah kat situ. So saya tak pasti why is it that I cannot use the name again. So there must be a function where can I use badges from the previous one. So katalah if you have this one and then again it depends on your activity. So Dr. Julia, what you need to do is if you have like for me here forum.
Forum, yeah.
If you have a forum and then say that it has to be done by a certain date gitu.
Yeah.
Say the 18th. So what you need to do for the forum is you need to set it beforehand. Katalah this forum, if you go to yang activity completion tu, in terms of active, you can actually set what is it that they must do. So if you want them to post like 2 posts, 3 posts, if you want them to create discussion, if you want them to post replies, so you just create the criteria lah, what you want them to do gitu.
Okay.
And then once they have done this, then they will be awarded a badge. So this one is depending for you. You can change the number of replies that they need to do, you know.
Kak Syaz, Zura just nak share yang Zura try buat yang macam Kak Syaz tunjuk tadi untuk batch yang first batch tadi tu. So Zura dah create satu batch and then dalam dekat add a block tu on the right side tu dia masih kosong, dia tak keluar lah latest update tu. And then Zura try to view as a student. Latest update tu tak ada, tapi as a student Zura boleh view badges tu. Zura boleh tengok on the left side tu, yang left side badges tu. Zura boleh nampak as a student, Zura boleh nampak ada badges yang dah disediakan lah.
Ya,
kalau you view
sama. View as a student, then dia takkan hilang lah blok tu. Yeah, that one.
Yes. Tapi latest badges tu dia still kosong. Yes.
I think
still kosong. I think this is where they have all their badges are displayed here. I think.
Yes.
Oh, itu maksudnya kalau lepas dia dah berjaya dapat, dia akan nampak.
Dia akan nampak dekat sini lah.
Supposedly lah.
Supposedly.
Oh, Zura ingat macam dia orang kena go for that latest badges. Maksudnya bila once dia nampak okay ada new badges, then they have to go for it. Dia kena complete that task untuk dapat next badges. Bukan Maksudnya Latest
Logik
badges
juga
ni
tu. Logik juga
Jadi
tu.
rasanya yang display apa yang dah badges dia dah earn kan.
Dia punya the latest badges yang dia earn gitu.
Ya,
Oh,
correct.
okay.
Latest saja ke atau yang dia kumpul semua?
I've
Appear.
never seen. I
Yes.
didn't try this function when I
I see.
used the badges previously. Saya tak perasan pun yang this function ni actually. If I have, kalau saya perasan,
I
then we
think
can try, let's
rasanya yang ni
experiment this
untuk
semester.
student lah kot kan.
Nanti
Daripada untuk student nampak lah yang kita pun boleh nampak ke.
Because the thing is that for the student, the badges must be on display,
Ya.
Yes.
That is the motivation aspect. People
Betul.
ada dapat piala, they would display it dalam almari or on the shelf, sedap.
Betul.
Badges are to be seen, to be displayed. If it's not
Almari
seen,
riak
there's
je,
no
Puan Syah.
point. Almari riak.
Almari Ria Hall of Fame.
Dia macam tu lah. Dia ada macam apa video game lah kan. Ada star dah. Dia punya
Yes,
power point semua tu.
Dia punya power, dia punya points, but because there is no point for you to accumulate all this if you cannot show off to people,
Ya, correct.
Okay, so latest
Okay,
badges tu untuk selepas mereka dah earn that badge lah, bukanlah mereka kena go for that badge. Okay,
Let's
faham.
discover that together this semester. Okay.
I think Zura, yang ini
Yeah.
kalau tengok kan dia kata you have no badges. So that mean kan badges yang dia dah earn.
Dia dah earn lah. Okay,
Based
faham.
on this ayat lah kan, statement kan, you
Ha.
have no badges.
Tapi kalau dia orang nak tengok apa badges yang ada, they can go to on the left side tu lah, yang badges yang dah disediakan oleh pensyarah.
Dekat sini ni. I
Dekat
think
situ
so.
lah.
Provided kita kena set tu lah ya. Kena add block tu lah. Provided kalau kita tak add,
Macam sekira
memang
this
dia
is
tak boleh nampak.
view as students. So saya view dia as student. So they do have this button dekat sini ni. So maknanya they can click on badges and they can see all the badges yang
The
available
details
for
lah.
the course gitu ya.
Okay.
The details juga.
And then
And then
issued to me.
issued to me tu maknanya whether they have achieved that badge or not. So far tak adalah kan. It has not been issued to me this badge. To me as the student lah. Sebab viewing as a student.
Tapi add a block tu
Yang ni
memang
ada
tak
leaderboard
stable lah.
tak?
Ada apa? There is no leaderboard. I have not seen a leaderboard dalam dalam Unimas punya, dalam Elite punya function. But last night I saw level up.
Itulah dia tak stable ni. Sebab
Last
tadi
night I
nampak
saw
Kak Syaz ada latest batch. Saya punya tak keluar latest batch lagi to be selected ni pun.
last night I
Dia
saw a
macam
function for level
sekejap
up.
hilang,
So
sekejap ada
it
kan.
shows
Belum
levels. So saya pun have, but I don't think it is available yet because when I click on the level up it says coding error.
Puan
So
Syaz,
maybe
saya nak share screen sekejap
okay.
Kejap.
Saya stop share.
So ini yang saya nampak untuk screen saya as a
Oh,
student.
dia dapat badge.
As a student. So student can see the badges lah dekat tepi.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so maksudnya
So,
itu yang dia nak earn lah.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
So another way you can give the badges is you can give it manually. So this one, Elite. Sekejap mana. Kalau pergi Elite ada kasih instruction lah. There is an instruction on Elite on how to share it manually. So basically it's the same thing. What you need to do first is you need to do a badge gitu. Katakanlah best student katalah. Or best report. Best report, best question.
Oh, okay. Based on dia punya assignment lah, Puan Syaz.
Sebab kadang-kadang benda, because Elite can only assess things automatically to a certain level, betul tak? So katakanlah if you give them, macam saya ada kasih task, say okay create a video. So and then the students will vote whose video is the best gitu. So that one elite will not be able to award a badge automatically. So you can award the badge manually to the student. So katakanlah best report, and then again, this is yang Zura kata yang bab lecehnya, yes, leceh. And then this one, criteria. So this one, when you go to criteria, instead of choosing, then this one you have like course completion. Once they have completed the whole course, this one the grade semua. What you do is manual issue by role. So who can issue this? Katakanlah a teacher. And then this is complete when saya seorang lah kan yang award. So description, maybe you want to give some description in terms of your best report too. And then save. So again, all badges must be enabled in order for the students to go for it gitu. So yeah, this one, best report recipients. So what you need to do if you are awarding this manually, so you award the badge lah, and then dia akan have the list of names kat situ. So choose the person you want to award it to. Award it to myself. So award badge, and then dia akan ada recipients kat situ lah. And then this badge will appear on the students punya page. So even if you go to manage badges, yang best report, you can see that there is one recipient dekat situ. And then you can see siapa yang, so other than award badges, you can also revoke the badge. You discover suddenly, alamak, Sharity, dia punya report was actually plagiarized. Okay, revoke dia punya badge, take away. So you can give it and then you can take it away. So that is in terms of awarding manually for any task that you want to award manually. So only these two that for my class, I've only tried the automatic awarding. I have not tried the manual awarding. So I guess that is all in terms of my sharing for what I did for my classes. Always remember to, when you go to manage your badges, so for this action, so this one you can hide. So maknanya if you don't want the badge to be available, just hide it. So anything you want to change in terms of settings, just go to the settings. And then if you don't want it, then you can just throw it away, trash it. So in terms of motivational aspects, I think gamers, people who play games, they like this kind of reward, collecting badges. But even for gamers pun, there are different type of gamers though. There are gamers yang dia categoriskan sebagai collectors. Those are people who like to collect things gitu. So I think it will be more motivational for gamers who are collectors. And then there are also gamers who are socializers, so they collect and then they want to show to people. Tetapi I'm not sure in terms of the elite whether they can show their badges to other students gitu. But in terms of motivational, I'm not sure. I'm not really sure whether it will work for learners or not. I think what we need to do if we use badges is that we have to keep talking about them, you know. We need to create some a whole class, talking about them, and then certain week then you can show in terms of create our own leaderboard, which student is leading in terms of the badges semua. So we have to integrate them into part of our teaching and learning, to always highlight these badges in order to create the interest and motivation. What happened to me was that I created the badges and then I forgot all about them, you know. So I did not do the part of generating interest, keeping the students, reminding them about the badges all the time, because I was just testing them out. Okay, well, this semester maybe I can try it out with the new students. Okay, questions? Any questions?
Kak Syaz nak tanya, usually Kak Syaz buat prepare all the file, masukkan upload all the files first and then all the activities, then only buat dia punya badges, ataupun every time Kak Syaz buat dia punya activity then create the badges ke macam mana?
I finish my ELIP first.
Okay.
Because like I said, yang preparation tu, you have to plan. Macam the content of the ELIP tu, you have to plan and structure it according to, maknanya you are already thinking about the badges as you are creating your ELIP. Kalau tak, you'll be like updating throughout the semester kan. So it's like because we are not, I don't know whether new function ada macam unlocking levels, you know. Or you can make like, okay, first level of badges, second level of badges, because gamification is basically you are gamifying the whole course, you know. It's not like satu minggu tu kita kasih satu batch, okay, gamification. No, maknanya the whole course tu, the whole semester tu, you have created levels and, you know, micro badges, master badges. So better you sit down, structure your course dulu, you have it on your course schedule punya paper, and then transfer it to your ELIP, letakkan all the activities semua, and then baru put the badges in. Then the task will become more structured lah, I think. And then before that, siap-siap cari the badges lah.
Okay, baik. Okay, thank you Kak Syaz.
Actually, I like this concept badges because it similar to my PhD last time.
Motivation.
My PhD that student need to collect point, and then after that they can use the point to create their avatar, to buy things. So this almost similar concept lah. It's about motivation actually. And again, this one badges ni, I can see that this one is more to like extrinsic motivation. That is my opinion lah.
I think what we can do, macam to get, basically what we want to use the badges for is we want to shape behavior, betul kan? So we need to find whatever motivation is that different students, they have different interests, so they have different things motivate them. So macam when I did a competition, a video competition, so in terms of the reward gitu, I asked them to choose their own reward. What do you want to be rewarded with if your video is chosen in the top 3 gitu? So apa reward yang you all nak? So the top 3 students tu, the 3 students, what motivates them is very different. One student chose, what does he want as a reward? He wanted to have a chat with me, just to have a chat with me gitu. So saya kata dia, chatting is free, does not have to be a reward. Dia kata no, that is what he wanted, to have a chat with me. Another student wanted a pen, so he wanted a pen from me. Okay. And another student wanted a K-pop album. So okay, so the 3 students, so yang 2 tu I bought and I mailed to them, yang who wanted to have a chat, so we had a chat. So different motivation. So that is why when we choose badges, you know, I guess yes, we do have badges, and then we find names that is motivating. But what we can do, I think, is that we can ask them to collect these badges because we want them to acquire certain habits or do certain activities, you know. But once they collect these badges, maybe we can say that you can actually apa orang panggil, tukar dia kepada sesuatu gitu, you know. Like because I remember in my daughter's punya class masa dekat Australia dulu, so whenever they do activities, they collect points. So macam dollars gitu. And then katakanlah after once a month ke ataupun 2 bulan sekali. So all the points or the dollars they collect for doing the activity, they can actually exchange it for a gift from a box gitu. So kata if they have collected like $10, so dia orang carilah apa gift dalam tu for $10. So I think what we can do with the students with the badges is that if the badges are not motivating enough, we can say that once you have collected this many badges or these badges gitu, you can exchange them for, I don't know, some bonus points ke, because that seems to be one of the things that is motivating for the students lah. For the bonus point, or we can ask them what are the things that they want to exchange these badges with gitu.
Yang
Thanks.
ni to have badges ni memang perlu planning yang detail lah.
Any yang detail, yes. It's not
And
just a
then-
matter of
Yes.
letak badge done gitu.
Yeah, and then how we design our elite badge as well as what Puan Siti mentioned again. And then based on the point that I read from somewhere, if I can't remember where, and how you design your ELIP is maybe it's a good idea to design it based on topic lah. Okay, for each topic we start with topic learning outcome, and then the content of the topic, like the materials, okay, and then after that followed by the activity of the topic, of the related topic, and then after that we end it with the formative assessment. And then for each that topic, for each the activity too, okay, maybe let's say we have 10 topic. It's not chapter, it's topics. Maybe so dalam chapter tu maybe we have few topics, and then maybe for the activity of the topic too, then we can use the badges punya concept and so on lah. But again, from the point that I read from somewhere is this is how you designed it lah. Okay, for the must be objective of the topic, the outcome lah of the topic too, and then the content, and then the activity, and then end it with the formative assessment. So it is much easier lah if you design it that way lah.
Dr. Azhar,
Yeah.
also means that bukan unit ya, is a topic ya.
Yeah.
Topic, yeah.
Because
But again,
for
it
my
depends
class,
on the lecturer lah. It depends on the lecturer.
so how
Unit 1, unit 2, or topik 1, topik 2.
Puan Syaz boleh tak share balik yang Puan Syaz punya topik tu, because for my class saya buat weekly lah, because for me like it's easy for me to detect this week apa activity and the student dah buat atau tidak. So kalau topik ni, how do you trace that, contohnya this one foundation of cognitive tools ni minggu keempat, so how do you help the student to directly
No, the topic is according to the weeks though. Minggu pertama, minggu kedua, because this one is just general section or the course material. So once they go into topic, because then there is also the course schedule. So topic 1, topic 2. So I just put topic. So it's understood that the topic is according to the weeks. So for each topic, you can structure it in terms of like macam class materials, macam this one I got worksheets, and then resources, and then an activity gitu. What we can do is that katalah kan micro badges kan. So if you have like for each topic, if you have class materials katalah in terms of slides kan. So you can say okay, topic 2 untuk view class that materials for topic 2, then you get a badge gitu. So if you have viewed all the materials for all the topics, then you get a macro badge, you know. One big batch because you have done all the micro tasks.
So that micro batch tu we design kita apa ni edit dia kemudian lah for
edit
the,
kemudian.
yeah.
But
Okay,
kita
Puan Syaz, satu saya nak tanya, this one is per individual punya batch, ada tak group means that for example because kita nak shape the attitude behavior tu kan, we like them to perform katakan dalam forum by group, so they will have a discussion. Ada tak Puan Syaz cuba buat instead
Saya
kalau
tak ada
group
cuba
tak
buat.
ada?
So far saya nampak it is, I think unless lah kalau you do it manually kan. If you do it manually, you can award it to, tapi the students will see it as it will be awarded to each student though, not as a group gitu. Maknanya you can award it to each members in the group. So the group members will get the same badge.
Betul juga kan, group tu macam mana ahli-ahli group tu?
Sebab kita kena identify lah kan ahli-ahli group tu.
Ya.
Unless, that is why I said planning. Katakanlah for each group you have already set kan a design of a badge for that group kan. So if you are awarding badges to that group, then they get that design. So everybody in that group gets the same design. So they are awarded as a group. Because even saya rasa even in games pun, if you go and attack katakanlah a certain area in a group, you will get individual rewards too. You don't get it. Maknanya even though, sebab awards, the rewards is dalam kita punya own display kan. Maknanya dia tak dalam display kita sendiri. So itulah, I think the solution is just identify the group members and then reward them according to the group members with the same design so that they know they have achieved this as a group.
Tapi mungkin susah sikit lah kalau nak set kan, sebab saya pernah buat aktiviti yang each of group tu kena communicate lah kan before the class, dia kena discuss certain topic, tapi kadang-kadang out of 5 tu hanya 3. So kita kadang tak dapat nak control lah that one because it's only class activity kan.
I think anything that happens at our class then we do not know. Unless, but if you put it as a forum and then kalau satu group
as a
satu
forum
satu group satu forum and then you dah set kan dia macam you must make 1 post ke or 4 replies ke, and then you can see in the group members siapa yang tak bercakap sangat. And then they will not get the reward as those yang dah or as those yang completed the activity lah, you know, like macam hold on.
Ni kalau kita buat secara manual kan, dia dia actually good lah, tapi sometimes it's ambil masa juga lah.
Semua benda ambil masa.
And then after that we need to check one by one. I mean for the group activity.
I think yang ini yang saya maksudkan Dr. Salma. So kalau if you want the students to discuss in a group and then you want to see who is active, who is not kan. If you ask them to discuss outside of class, kita tak boleh nak control, betul tak? But if you create, katakanlah, I'm sure there are other functions on Elite that we can use gitu. Tapi katalah forum kan. Satu group dia ada satu forum itu. And then you can require dekat sini lah. Dia kena berapa post, dia kena create berapa discussion, dia kena post berapa reply. So kalau you kata macam 4, kalau dia buat 4 then baru dia akan dapat batch tersebut. Kalau dia tak buat dan dia tak akan dapat. So apabila you view the students as a group and then you tengok siapa yang dapat batch, siapa yang tak dapat batch, then you can see that the student has not participate much.
Okay. So means like saya boleh create, saya gunakan satu ni set dulu. For example, saya letak forum group 1 and then I just copy duplicate kan for group 2, group 3, group 4.
Yes. And then you setting lah, you nak require dia buat apa-apa tu. And then you link this to the batch.
So student must post discussion or reply at least 1. So means that seorang tu kena ada at least bagi feedback sekali lah. Oh, that's good.
You katalah you nak dia buat 5 kali ke, you nak dia create discussion 3 kali ke, depending on whether it is for one discussion ataupun is it for a few discussions kan. Must post replies 5 kali ke, you can choose kan.
Because
So-
sometimes we need student to discuss dalam forum dulu and then they share their finding tu waktu kelas kan.
Yes.
So but kadang-kadang mungkin hanya 2-3 orang saja atau group leader saja yang ataupun beberapa orang sajalah ada yang tak participate kan.
So instead of kita having to go through the forum and tengok siapa yang bercakap, siapa yang tak bercakap, kita tengok dia punya badges lah.
Ya, kita dapat detect lah.
Kita dapat detect by looking at the badges and then we can identify mana student yang mungkin tak participate very much, and then you can, dia kata you can pergi, have a ask the students to participate more ke, things like that.
Okay. Thank you.
Nampak macam senang kan letak badge. But when you really want to use the badge,
maybe if I want to shape the group discussion punya participation, so maybe this semester I will focus on that group activities lah for me lah, for myself, for all my class, for example lah as a start.
Tapi actually if we want to venture to this one, right, jangan alang-alang lah. Try to make it properly, and then at the end of the semester, then you can apply for Anugerah Akademik under gamification. Maybe Puan Syaz boleh lah Puan Syaz.
saya malas isi borang, serius.
Dr. Azhar, Anugerah.
I look at the borang, I'm like, I don't think so.
Dr. Azhar, buatlah Anugerah Faculty, siapa yang buat aktiviti badges semua dapat hadiah.
Wah.
No,
But ada bajet dekat enterprise buat paperwork. Terus.
But the thing is that all these activities are supposed to show macam improvement in learning ke, enhancement in learning ke. But not so much though. Not really.
Maybe pun nak hadiah juga.
Nak hadiah juga.
Kak Syaz, satu lagi soalan.
Ya, saya.
Boleh, nak tanya, so far Kak Syaz buat yang badges ni untuk student first year ke ataupun tak kira tahun? Maksudnya siapa-siapa, maknanya tahun 1, 2, 3, and then nak tahu kalau ada beza antara first year, second year, third year?
Banyaknya, itu dah jadi research dah.
Just Kak Syaz punya ni lah, observation.
No, this one was available last semester itu. Kan, data asal kan? It was just available last semester. So I was just playing around with it for one course only. Just main-main saja to see what I can do with the badges. So I haven't embarked on any comparison studies ke. No.
Zura buat pun last semester untuk first year. So nampaklah budak first year macam dia very excited dan dia memang nak lah dapat badges tu dan dia rasa benda tu something yang interesting. So untuk next semester ni Zura akan mengajar untuk third year. So just wondering kalau third year ni okay ke kalau kita guna badges juga ke ataupun kita maybe ada approach lain ke?
Oh, this one yang saya guna tu kelas third year, I think. Oh, second year. Second year or third year. Saya pun tak pasti.
Okay, alright. So just nak tahu yang itulah kalau Kak Syaz pernah buat untuk first year dengan third year ke, nak tengok if there is any difference ke ataupun sama je dua-dua suka.
Itu boleh buat research.
Ros Azra boleh buat research lah. In terms of teaching and learning, I am quite conventional gitu. I'm more of the chalk and talk kind of person, macam not so much into gamification or things like that. Macam entah, ini cuba-cuba je lah, just main-main dengan elite gitu. Because even if you have badges, you do all these things, the key element is you kan, the instructor gitu. Like what I said lah, even I put the badges there, tapi because I did not engage the learners in terms of the badges tu, I did not keep reminding learners, I did not put like leaderboard ke, I did not excite them in terms of the badges. So tak nampak sangat lah dia punya impact tu. So whatever elements yang ada kat elite tu, it will come back to you as the main player dalam the learning environment tu lah. Letak saja tak menjadi, kita yang kena selalu engage them with the badges.
Setuju.
Kena jadi performer kat situ.
Setuju. Sebab itulah kalau kursus kita je yang buat, and then kursus lain dia tak buat, so dia macam tak ada yang apa orang kata yang buat dia semakin interest lah.
But if you think about it, Dr. Azhar kan, macam this gamification, dia dah memang wujud kan. If you see in terms of, Deansley, CGPA,
Yes, correct.
semua tu, all those are actually gamification. Cuma like all those pointers semua tu, those are badges kan. Kita kirakan sebagai badges gitu. So kalau buat at the faculty level ada leaderboard and all, saya pernah tunjuk kat Dr. Dayang tentang dekat UiTM tu, dia ada Hall of Fame tu. Dekat satu section of the campus. So saya cadangkan buat Hall of Fame dekat faculty punya ruang tu. So leaderboard and things like that. So mungkin lah kot. And then badges and stuff like that. Mungkin lah kot. Saya pun tak tahu pelajar macam sekarang. How do I motivate them to learn gitu? Like everything is so hard for them,
Yeah. Tapi if we use the concept of micro credential, so maybe one topic of your course ni boleh dijadikan sebagai mungkin a skill that is part of one topic in kursus MPU, for example lah. Kursus generik kan. So dia as if macam dia boleh use that badge yang dia dapat, dia kata I don't need to maybe I no need to attend this topic in this kursus generic course.
Sebab dia dah ada that
skill tu dah ada. So that is the concept of micro credential lah. But at the moment I think belum lagi university level dia buat macam tu lah.
Sebab kalau university level buat yang micro credentials, maknanya this is what you're saying about the digital badges tu.
Yes.
If the digital badges is awarded by institution gitu, katalah UNIMAS. So dia ada tempat where all these digital badges are collected kan. So you can, macam UNIMAS dia akan ada dia punya website lah where you can have your name and then all your digital badges awarded by UNIMAS. Then this one can be linked to your LinkedIn profile and all those profiles that you can that employers will be able to see gitu.
Yes, correct.
So macam sekarang there are commercial sites that provide digital badges, tapi it is paid kan, paid for.
Tu yang seperti yang Puan Syaziti cakap tadi, dia link dengan media sosial, and also at the end of the program itself, maybe student tahun 3, so dia ada satu macam ruang lah, atau yang dah di set up oleh pihak CITDS or CAM ke, a collection untuk semua badges ni, and then translate it into the certificate lah. Let's say macam dia punya transkrip pelajar kan, and then akan ada dinyatakan lah, skill pelajar ni dah achieve certain level of skill, for example. Macam Puan, saya tengok nama Jonathan dekat sini. Ini bukan main tool ke Puan?
Kelas main tools.
Mau tu cognition ke?
Dapat. Maknanya you have achieved ya.
Saya teringat tu saya tengah tanya Zuhdi tadi. Ada satu leaderboard Popcat hari tu yang famous tiba-tiba, yang semua satu negara antara negara berlawan. So dia cuma klik saja dan setakat ni Malaysia dapat tempat yang ke-6 lah. So online lah leaderboard.
Leaderboard, okay.
Jadi dia ada, tapi ni tak tahu macam mana game tu famous tiba-tiba. So tapi dia online leaderboard, jadi tak tahulah kalau student ni boleh nampak contohnya lah dia punya badge tu kan, ranking, dia ada ranking lah. So mungkin tu motivate dia orang ke?
Dalaman fakulti ya.
Mungkin like after a few weeks kan, kita boleh letak dekat elite kita ranking, students punya ranking gitu. Siapa dapat batch apa, siapa dapat batch apa, itu yang saya kata kita yang kena engage all these things ni.
Tapi kalau contohlah, kalau kita satu faculty, kita ada choose satu batch sama untuk setiap course. So so student akan compete lah. So ada ranking nama siapa ke kan,
That's true.
program.
Yes. Agree.
Macam ni yang Dr. Azhar kata tu is a good idea. Maksudnya faculty create the badges tu. And then kita pilih untuk kursus kita. So maknanya we can announce, dalam SOCMAC kita kan kita ada IG lah, tu kan macam for this course, okay, leaderboard dia apa. So kalau with the younger generation, they are more into social media kan, displaying all these things. Probably will appeal to them, I think.
Yeah.
Saya pun kena buat leaderboard untuk ni jugalah. Pensyarah.
Leaderboard. Tapi you have to remember juga, not everybody is a player. No?
Yeah.
Tak semua orang dia nak participate.
Kena bagi kad Squid Game tu lah.
Not everybody is a gamer.
Yeah.
So for those who do not play games, badges don't really appeal to them. They don't see the point.
Setuju.
Kalau student yang nak belajar, those who want to learn but are not gamers, they won't care about the badges.
Yeah, sebab dia intrinsic kan. Dia tak ada extrinsic. Tak ada markah, tak ada more than that lah.
Nah, badges ni dia extrinsic motivation.
So Ponsyas yang last semester yang badges di apa orang kata associate dengan markah tak adalah. Markah means assignment ke tak adalah.
Tak ada. Dia just bonus marks for the activities yang completed tu lah ya. Saya kasih bonus marks. Itu pun like bonus marks. Those who go for bonus marks are usually the good students kan. Sampai kadang-kadang tak ada ruang dah nak letak bonus marks mereka.
Actually, bonus mark is a good idea also, or maybe to the extent that maybe we can reserve 5% from our continuous assessment. We can reserve for that.
Saya bonus marks is above and beyond though.
Oh.
Maknanya actually is to help those students yang with low grades.
Yes.
Macam bila rendah tu saya guna bonus marks to top up lah. Tapi selalunya yang buat the bonus punya activities are the good students. So sampai walaupun kalau dulu kita buka for a certain period of time kan, bila hujung semester tu buka lama, buatlah buatlah please lah buatlah. Saya nak kasih markah ni, buatlah.
Just now kita mention yang organisation buat kan, so I just learn that macam Sarawak Energy dia ada Hall of Fame kan.
Ya ada, saya pernah dengar juga. Hall of Fame
ni kalau menang dapat bukanlah menang yang Hall of Fame lah yang famous lah. So dapat 2,000.
Wow.
Yes, money lah, monetary. So dalam setahun tu dia buat quite, I think more than one lah, tapi itulah and SEB dia mainly for non-exact, dia buka untuk non-exact lah, exact and atas tu tak masuk lah. So happy lah yang really need kan, especially it's a motivation lah. Dia panggil Hall of Fame. I just found out about that last week. Interesting lah.
Diorang buat apa Jam, Dr. Jam?
Dia akan ada macam KPI related something and ada task dia complete atau dia kena buat and then tapi the boss kena calonkan lah untuk Hall of Fame for that particular period lah. Kena. So it can be anything, then decide based on ada committee lah decide siapa akan dapat and so on and so forth. And can be dapat oleh team, not only a person. Kalau dia buat tu dalam team, semua member tu dapat 2,000.
Wow, semua member.
Yes.
Dr. Azhar bolehlah World of Fame ni. Badges.
Just wanna share lah. Interesting. Nak buatkan organisation ni selalunya
Yeah.
kena ni lah. And then kena ada fun lah kot, ada duit.
Macam kalau kita buat badges at the faculty level kan, dia basically like, okay, what am I collecting these badges for? Itu yang saya kata, if katalah you have badges ni, and then if you collect this, what can you do with these badges? Katalah tea with Dr. Salma, dengan Dr. Salma ke, or tea with the dean ke, or what kind of reward do you get from these badges ni? Macam activity around tak perlulah sampai 2,000 satu pelajar.
Good idea juga tu Puan Syaz.
We can exchange that for. Saya tak tahu, tapi macam zaman kita dulu, like tea with the dean is something.
Yeah.
Like dapat pergi duduk borak-borak sebab they are not that accessible, betul tak?
Betul.
Tapi sekarang tak tahulah. Cuma that student was quite surprising to me lah. Dia punya reward is have a chat with me. Okay, maknanya ada lagi lah pelajar yang macam gitulah.
Wow.
Who like to have a chat. Tak ada, dia nak
dapat chat dengan Puan Syaziti.
dapat chat dengan saya. Padahal dia selalu je chat dengan saya.
Macam rasa artis tak Puan Syaz?
Tak ada, I'm like, why? Orang nak bertanya tentang, cognitive science students sometimes they are a bit lost gitu kan.
Dia carrier kan?
Dia carrier and things like that, tapi tak berani nak bertanya. So mungkin those kind of rewards will appeal. I guess we can do a survey to see what kind of rewards will appeal to the students, Tapi lah student tak ada kat sini. Yang student yang nak pen tu, actually dia nak pen Unimas je. Dia nak pen yang ada logo Unimas tu. Sebab dia studying from home kan, dia nak pen yang ada logo Unimas. Tapi saya pergi beli pen dekat Paksen lah yang pen canggih sikit, memang hantar yang kat dia. And then after the next semester tu, I see their performance are quite good. Tengok A kelas semua. So, yelah, suka hati kalau tengok kan student perform well after that.
Dulu saya pernah buat lah kalau dekat sini lah, kelas kan, kalau siapa yang okay on presentation, tapi saya beli macam makanan lah. Buah-buah ke, each group tu dapat, group yang menang tu dapat lah.
Pizza ke. Kalau dalam kelas tu, competition, okay, siapa menang, I'll give you pizza for the group. Suka hati lah dia orang, dapat pizza lepas kelas. Saya bawa lah pizza tu terus masuk kelas kan. Lagilah motivating kan sebab dengan bau dia lagi. Okay, any other questions about the badges? You guys can try it out, I guess. Folder ada dengan Dr. Azhar. Saya akan share another one yang ada gambar piala-piala itu. So you can try and use those ones dulu lah for your elite. If you want to do badges.
Thank you.
I mean, I know for beginning kan, starter tak perlulah macam very structured, canggih-canggih. Just try some badges for a few activities to see whether it is motivating for the students or not. I have a feeling students counselling will be very motivated for this. Student counselling.
Sebab kita orang ada aktiviti juga. Kita ada aktiviti kan, bila buat group kita kena ada buat aktiviti ice breaking. So this is like
counselling students are more mesra gitu.
Dia kena ada trait tu, extrovert kan.
Yeah. So I think they will be interested in all these badges.
Okay, so kalau tak ada apa lagi, thank you Puan Syaz for the session. Okay, for the workshop. Good topic very excited bila Puan Syaziti cadang badges tu, saya kata dengan Puan Syaziti, okay, kita guna badges saja.
Lepas ni kita tengok level up lah apa ke benda.
Okay, terima kasih semua.
Okay, thank you for coming.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Thank you Puan Syaz. Thank you Dr. Azhar.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Madam Syaziti. Great, really nice.
Okay, bye-bye.
Dr. Rahman, I'm waiting for your sharing next semester pages. Dengar tak?
Let's see.
Dr. Azhar need to do competition and then give us prize. Wah, mau jual.
Dr. San buatlah.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.